welcome to the Contenders. I'm your host, Kunyang. We are now into the month of July, and this is the time when we all think about vacation plans. Well, maybe some of our answers and questions can give you some ideas about what you want to do. Let's welcome today's contenders onto the stage. Welcome to our stage. We have the Alamo team, Jason Vela and Connie Vela. I hear that you've been married for 2 years now. And tell us a bit more about yourselves.
Well, we met in New York City one night, and the next day she moved to Chicago. So it wasn't until a year later that we were reunited in front of the Alamo. That's why we chose the Alamo.
So for you, it's a very romantic place?
Yes.
Yeah. The Alamo. Good luck to you today. Thanks for joining us. And going against the Alamo team, we have the Jimbo team, Mi Chang and James Cho. Welcome, and tell us a bit about yourselves.
Well, our team name is Jimbo because one of our best friends at school, his name is James Chow, and we just go by, he goes by Jimmy because my name is James too. And so the name is in honor of him.
Ah, and so he's watching you, supporting you back home.
He better be.
All right, well, good luck to all of you. Thank you for joining us, and now we will begin the quiz. In our first section, we'll be giving you 10 multiple choice questions. You'll be given 5 seconds to answer. If you get all 10 correct, then we will give you 50 bonus points. And if you get something wrong, then we'll stop and give you the sum of points up to that point. If you're not sure about a certain answer along the way, then you can call out chance. We'll take away 2 of the incorrect choices, and that gives you a 50-50 chance of getting it right. Alamo, if you're ready, please choose among question sets Q, U, I, and Z.
Z, please.
We'll go with question set Z, number 1. Summer is coming. Which is not a device that cools? 1, folding fan. 2, electric fan. 3, gas stove. 4, air conditioner.
3, gas stove.
And the question's so easy, we're making you laugh. We go to question 2. Of the following, which is not one of the 4 mathematical operations? 1, 2, 3, 4.
2.
Very good. And we move on to question 3. Of the following, which means a different thing? 1, je t'aime. 2, sayonara. 3, ti amo. 4, ich liebe dich.
2, sayonara.
That's Japanese, and that's for goodbye. Do you speak Japanese?
No, she speaks Italian.
Oh.
And Spanish. But no, everybody knows I love you in all sorts of different languages.
Sayonara.
Okay.
It's goodbye.
Okay, very good. And we'll go with question 4. Of the following, which is a natural satellite of the Earth? 1, the Moon. 2, the Sun. 3, Mercury. 4, Mars.
1, the Moon.
And we go to question 5. Of the following, who does not play one of the 3 main characters of Charlie's Angels, the movie? 1, Cameron Diaz. 2, Sandra Bullock. 3, Lucy Liu. 4, Drew Barrymore.
2, Sandra Bullock.
Among those 4, who's your favorite actress?
Cameron Diaz?
Because she's the prettiest, you think?
No, that's
just who you like.
Those are our choices.
Okay. And of course, you're standing next to your wife, right?
Oh, she's the goofiest. I like goofy women. So.
Ah. And we go to question 6. Of the following, which is not a legally recognized race in Korea? 1, horse race. 2, cycling race. 3, dog race. 4, motorboat race.
Chance, please.
We'll take away 2 of the incorrect choices. And Alamo, please make your final selection. Final answer?
Dog race. 3.
I take it you weren't that sure?
We guessed.
Good guess. And we go to question 7. Where was the Lateran Treaty of 1929 created? 1. Yugoslavia. 2. Vatican City. 3. Korean DMZ. 4. United Nations.
Okay.
Answer, please.
We'll say 4 United Nations.
Actually, the Lateran Treaty of 1929 was created in Vatican City. It is between the Italian government and the Catholic authorities. Alamo, you end the section with 60 points. Jimbo, which set would you like to have?
You, please.
Okay, we'll go with question set U, number 1. Of the following, which is not used during a meal? 1 spoon, 2 chopsticks, 3 fork, 4 spanner.
4 spanner.
And question 2. July 17th is a national holiday in Korea. Of the following, what is it? 1. Constitution Day. 2. Independence Day. 3. Memorial Day. 4. Foundation Day.
Number 1, Constitution Day.
Very good. Looking forward to Constitution Day, are you?
I actually just heard about it the other day from my homestay person because I don't live in Korea. So I don't know what Koreans do on Constitutional Day.
You'll see it when it comes up, right? We go to question 3. Of the following, which is an incorrect match between a country and its dance? 1. Can-can, France. 2. Mambo, China. 3. Flamenco, Spain. 4. Samba, Brazil.
2. Mambo, China.
And the mambo is a Cuban dance. Do you dance?
No.
Not really?
No, not really.
Go to clubs.
And what do you dance there?
Hip hop?
I guess.
Is he a good dancer?
Sometimes.
And we go to question 4. Of the following, which is an incorrect connection? 1. World Cup soccer. 2. Ryder Cup golf. 3. Davis Cup tennis. 4. Stanley Cup horse racing.
Number 4. Number 4.
Yes. The Stanley Cup is given for ice hockey. And we move on to question number 5. Which symphony did Sibelius name after his country? 1. Finlandia. 2. Danmarka. 3. Svenskia. 4. Italia.
Let's use chance. Can we use chance?
We'll take away 2 of the incorrect choices. And please make your final selection, Jimbo.
Are you sure?
No, I think so.
Jimbo?
Svenskia is a country.
No.
Final answer, please.
1.
Yeah, I suppose you're not familiar with that movement. And yes, we went with Finlandia. Was it a guess?
Yeah.
We go to question 6. Of the following, which actor has never received an Academy for Best Actor in a Leading Role? 1. Sean Connery. 2. Tom Cruise. 3. Jack Nicholson. 4. Denzel Washington.
2. Tom Cruise.
And we move on to question 7. Of the following, which does not have to do with ultraviolet rays? 1. SPF. 2. PA. 3. UVB. 4. USB.
4. USB.
And the USB is short for Universal Serial Bus, and that is a computer jargon. And with that, Jimbo, you've taken the lead. You get to move on to question 8. Which aspect of a star is measured by magnitude? 1. Brightness. 2. Size. 3. Mass. 4. Importance.
Number 1, brightness.
And you know the rules. If you get all 10 correct, you get to have 50 bonus points. What do you think your chances are of getting to 10?
We have our fingers crossed.
Okay, good luck to you. We go to question 9. What sea laps the shores of Kazakhstan and Uzbekistan? 1. Black Sea, 2. Aral Sea, 3. Caspian Sea, 4. Red Sea.
Number 1, Black Sea.
Actually, we were looking for Caspian Sea. However, you are in the lead with 80 points. Congratulations, Jimbo. Now we get to see how well you guys work together as a team. We give you 20 words in a category, a pre-chosen category, 100 seconds to go through the entire list. Please do not use a word or phrase that we give you on the board as part of your hint. Alamo, if you're ready, please take your position next to me. Your category was soccer fever, and I hear that you were a soccer player, or you are a soccer player.
Yes.
What position do you play?
Forward.
And are you a great player?
I used to be.
And who's your favorite?
My favorite player? I like quite a few of them.
Well, we have quite a few names here in the list. We'll see what happens.
Okay.
Ready?
Sure.
Go.
We were there last year watching it in Prague.
Czech Republic.
No, it's the game that they
World
play.
Cup.
Yes. This guy is an author of the Brazilian author that we read.
Paul Quayle.
This is a stadium here. Today I sing. Yesterday
Sang,
okay.
sung.
And then in the morning it's
Day.
no. In the morning.
Morning, sun.
PM.
AM.
Okay.
Sung AM. Sang AM.
Yes. Okay. McDonald's.
McDonald restaurant.
First name of McDonald.
Ronald McDonald.
Okay. This is somebody who passed. Where we were in December. Walk the Camino de Santiago.
Spain.
Okay. This is the famous player here, Korea.
An Young-hwan. An Young-hwan.
Okay. This card is
Yellow card.
yes. Okay. This is a type of league. It's the first letter of the alphabet.
American League. American Federation League.
No, pass. Okay, this is the team that is in Spain. That
Real
they're-
Madrid.
Yes. Okay, when you're running and you're in front of the defense, the offense goes in front of the defense and they call you.
Penalty.
No. When you're
Tripping.
running and
Flag,
you're.
tackling. Offsides.
Yes. Okay, the movie that we saw with the.
Spinning like Beckham.
Yes. Oh, forget it. Next one. Okay, the singer.
Good job. Thank you. Well, we had you kind of frowning at the last one. The player who became a singer, Julio Iglesias.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
And you passed also on hooligan.
Hooligan.
Yeah. The people who cheer and make lots of ruckus, actually, in
Okay.
England or
Okay.
Britain. And we kind of paused with An Jung-hwan because you silenced the J, the J. So you end this section with 160 points. Okay. And now, Jimbo, if you're ready, please take your position next to me. And now, your section was scientists, and I hear your partner is in science.
Yes, he studies biology.
And so you had to study up kind of on this list?
Yes, I did.
Did you?
A little.
Are you ready?
Yes.
Go.
Apple, gravity.
Newton.
This guy has a prize every year. Discovered
Nobel.
dynamite. Inventor, Thomas Alva.
Edison.
Kite, lightning.
Benjamin Franklin.
Microsoft.
Bill Gates.
Evolution theory.
Darwin.
Atomic bomb. White hair guy.
Einstein.
X-ray. R.
Rutenberg. Or go.
Pass.
Yeah.
Lever and pulley.
Archimedes.
Heliocentrism.
Copernicus.
Starts with
Galileo.
G. Nobel Prize woman. Radium.
Marie Curie.
This is measuring wavelengths. H.
Hertz.
The monster with bolts in its neck.
Frankenstein.
This is a scale for earthquakes, I think. R.
Richter scale.
This guy discovered the balloon. F.
Faraday.
Fleming.
Vaccine.
P.
Penicillin.
This is a little bug with
A virus.
wings.
Bacteria.
Starts with an F, 3 letters.
Fly.
It needs a pronoun in front of it or something. Pass.
Fruit fly.
Pass.
Fly. We phased you with a movie title. The Fly was what we were looking for. Well, Jimbo, you're in the lead with 230 points. Congratulations. Now, with this section, we get to see who will move on to the finals. And now let's welcome Mr. Kim Jun-sung onto the stage. Close game today.
Yep, a close game. And I think everything will be decided as usual by this final section. I'll go ahead and explain the rules. This section is a round of 15 non-multiple choice questions. Each question is worth 30 points. The first team that buzzes in can answer. The team gets the answer wrong or cannot answer the question at all, then the question will go over to the other team. And you have 5 seconds to answer. And in the case that both teams are not able to answer the question, we will give you a spelling hint.
And so, please wait for me to call out your team names before you share your answers with us. And let's have question number 1.
Okay, question number 1 is about an issue. Fur protesters draped in fur coats drenched themselves in the fake blood and crawled up the sidewalk in New York where this magazine's offices are located. They have long criticized...
Jimbo.
Oh, sorry, Vogue.
And Jimbo, I'd like to remind you, please share your answers with us after I've called out your team name. And we go to question 2.
Okay, question number 2 is about sport. The mother of this player has scored an ace on the Pelican Waters golf course designed by her son. Her son, Australia's former world #1 golfer, known in the sport as the White Shark. What is the name of this golfer?
Alamo.
Jack Nicklaus.
Jimbo, 5 seconds. Jimbo.
Arnold Palmer.
Why don't we take a look at the hint? Jimbo.
Greg Nelson.
And Alamo, 5 seconds. Alamo.
Greg Newman.
We were looking for golfer, Greg Norman. And let's go with question number 3.
Okay, question number 3 is about an animal. Scientists in the UK have created a sticky tape which works in the same way as this animal's feet. It is known for its climbing prowess. It is small, usually nocturnal reptile with a soft skin, a short...
Jimbo.
Salamander.
Alamo, it's your chance to answer and he'll finish the question.
Stout body, large head, and weak limbs. What is the name of this lizard of the harmless but noisy nature?
Alamo, 5 seconds. Alamo.
Gecko.
Yep, we don't penalize you for wrong answers, so it never hurts to guess. Very good guess, actually. And we move on to question 4.
Okay, number 4 is about a movie. The American Film Institute, AFI, has unveiled a list of the top 100 villains and heroes. In the list, Anthony Hopkins' portrayal of the cannibal, This, has been named top screen villain of all time.
Alamo.
Hannibal Lecter.
Alamo, you're quickly catching up. Jimbo is still in the lead with 260 points. Alamo, you trail by 40 points. Let's move on to question number 5.
Okay, number 5 is about science. Scientists believe that they have found our oldest immediate ancestors, a finding that sheds fresh light on Homo sapiens' rise out of Africa and his conquest of the globe. The finds have been dubbed Homo sapiens blank, blank meaning elder in the Afar language of Ethiopia. What is this fossil's name?
Jimbo.
Homo sapiens afarensis.
Alamo, 5 seconds. Alamo.
Primate?
Why don't we take a look at the hint? Homo sapiens blank. Alamo.
Idalta?
Yes. Adaltu is what we were looking for, and in the Afar language, it means elder. And we move on to question 6.
Okay, question number 6 is about health. Long-term but low-level exposure to this may lead to cancer, a study suggests. This is silver white and is capable of taking a high polish element. What is this metallic element commonly used in batteries and...
Jimbo.
Nickel.
Nickel?
Alamo, it's your chance to answer, and we'll finish. Alamo?
Alkaline?
Why don't we give the rest of the...
Sure, yeah.
Sorry.
Commonly used in batteries and electrical products, that's it. Symbol is CD.
Jimbo?
Cadmium?
Yes. And very close match. Jimbo, you have once again increased your lead, 290 versus Alamo's 250. It's very close. Let's move on to question number 7.
Okay, number 7 is about a region. This region is in East Central France. It is a region of varied wines rather than of a type. Its white wines are usually dry, its reds velvety and full-bodied. The famous expensive red wine Romanée Conti is also produced here. What is the name of this region, which is one of France's wine producers along with the Bordeaux?
Jimbo.
Chateau de Sauvignon?
Alamo, 5 seconds. Alamo.
Port?
What we're looking for is the region. Let's take a look at the hint.
It's also a color.
Yes. Alamo.
Burgundy?
Alamo. Burgundy. Very decisive hint. Bourgogne is the name of the region, and we go to question number 8.
Okay, number 8 is about economy. Rich Chinese people who have been mentioned in this magazine since last year have coincidentally been involved in dishonorable happenings or penalties. Accordingly, Hong Kong newspapers have been reporting that Chinese businessmen fear the magazine. What is this U.S. economic magazine? Which...
Jimbo.
Forbes?
And it is some rich people who were involved in such things, right? Some who
Not
were
all,
in the, yeah,
but some rich people.
Not all who were in the magazine. And once again, it's a very close game, just 40 points between you, 320 versus 280. Let's see what happens with question number 9.
Okay, number 9 is about history. Scientists in Egypt say they may have discovered the mummy of this.
Jimbo.
Nefertiti?
And she is known as one of the ancient world's most beautiful women, also the wife of Akhenaten, or Akhenaten. Akhenaten.
Yeah.
Or Akhenaten?
Whatever it is. I don't know the Egyptian hieroglyphic language. So.
And we move on to question number 10.
Okay, number 10 is about entertainment. U.S. cable network A&E has announced plans on making a biopic on Hillary Clinton. An AP report suggested this actress had been wooed as a First Lady fill-in, but the actress's rep denied what would have been a casting coup. Who is this actress that starred in Basic Instinct?
Jimbo.
Sharon Stone?
Very good, and we move on to question number 11.
Okay, number 11 is about a city. This city is primarily a chain of beach resorts. Among the area's attraction are a bird sanctuary and a fauna reserve. Also, the vast sandy area makes a grand beach and is known as the Great Surfing Spot. The city extends for 40 kilometers along.
Jimbo.
Gold Coast?
Are you a surfer?
I went to school in Gold Coast.
Oh, really?
Yes.
So it's a very beautiful spot to study?
I never got to see it. I was a very strict boarding school.
Oh no. Okay, now we move on to question number 12.
Okay, number 12 is about a title. The founder of the publisher of this book will visit Korea for the release of the Korea version of this book in July. The book's title originated from a lyric in the song Space Captain, sung by Joe Cocker, a singer in the US. It is viewed as the most successful travel guide in the world. What is the title of this book?
Jimbo.
Lonely Planet.
Founder Tony Wheeler said that he got confused with the lyrics. He thought that it was Lonely Planet, but actually it's Lovely Planet.
Oh.
Oh, it's Lovely Planet.
In the
Well, I
song.
always thought, you know, when I looked at that name, Lonely Planet, it must have been It must have been. How should I say it? Well, I'm talking too much, so why don't we just go ahead and.
No, it was fun, but we'll move on.
But they're gonna say, you know,
Yeah,
whatever.
well,
So.
okay, so we move on to question 13.
Okay, number 13 is about a game. This is a long-running Marvel comic, and after its TV series, it was made into a movie as well. It was introduced as a PC game last month, too. It is a
Jimbo.
Spider-Man.
And Alamo, it's your chance to answer, and please finish the question.
It was introduced as a PC game last month, too. This is a 3D action game based on Universal Pictures' blockbuster that is to hit theaters in July. What is the name of this character that mutates into a monstrously...
Alamo.
The Hulk.
Hulk.
And are you a big fan of the Hulk?
Not really.
Are you going to go see the movie when it comes out?
I don't think so.
Probably not. We'll all catch it on video or...
I'm definitely going to go check it out in the theaters.
Really?
Yep.
And we move on to question 14.
Number 14 is about a country. In June, people of this country have voted to join the European Union by a large margin. It is the largest of 10, mostly Eastern European countries due to join the EU in 2004.
Jimbo.
Czech Republic.
And Alamo, it's your chance to answer, and please finish the question.
With more citizens than all the others combined, what is this country home to Nobel Peace Prize winner Lech Walesa?
Alamo, 5 seconds. Alamo.
Poland?
I know you guys like to travel a lot. Have you been?
Poland, no.
Not yet.
Maybe if you make it to 7 wins in a row, we'll pay for your trip. Let's
so.
go to the last question.
Yeah, well, there's only one question left. I'm
Last
sorry.
question.
But anyways, last question, okay. Number 15 is about a person. One of the last great stars from Hollywood's golden era and a man...
Alamo?
Gregory Peck?
And well, despite your strong ending, Jimbo, you win, and you get to go on to the final round. Congratulations. And Alamo, it was great having you on our show. I know there are viewers back home who are in support of you. What do you want to say?
Hi, Mom and Dad, all the family. I miss you, love you.
Hello, friends and family. Nipoy-kan.
Thank you very much for joining us. And now, Jimbo, you'll be back for our final round, and we'll be right back after this. Now let us welcome back the Kunyang team. Welcome back to our stage, Sun Sumin and Dan Leonard. It's good to see you again. You guys are going for win number 2. So what would your friends and family say upon seeing your win?
Okay, my family said that I'm the honor of the family. I should work hard this time.
And I just wanted to say thanks to my friends and family that are watching, and thanks to my boss for giving me the day off.
Yes, that too. Good luck to you today, and good luck to you as well. Now let us get to the final section. This final section is 5 categories of questions, 5 questions each, worth 10 to 50 points each. You get to choose if you get the previous question correct. And if you get it wrong, the chance to answer goes over to your opponents. What are today's categories?
All right, today's categories are 5 Days in July, Couples and Movies, Who Painted Me, Invented in China, and Water Sports.
And these are all fascinating categories. I'd like to remind you once again that Who Painted Me category, we are asking for the painter. Okay? Now I'm going to go with 5 Days in July for 10 points. On July 20th in 1973, this person died in Hong Kong. He moved to Hong Kong and became a child star in the growing Eastern film industry. His first film was called The Birth of Mankind. His last film, which was incomplete at the time of his death in 1973, was called Jimbo.
Bruce Lee.
Yes. Game of Death was his last film, and his film Enter the Dragon went on worldwide release after his death. And the film star we would have also taken Yi Xiaolong.
It's kind of, there are a lot of stories about Bruce Lee, you know, and one of them, what's kind of funny is that his first film was The Birth of Mankind, and his last film was The Game of Death. So that's kind of spooky as well.
And his son also died.
Yeah, on the set.
Yeah. And Jimbo, you get to choose.
Couples and movies for 20, please.
Couples and movies for 20 points.
Okay, 20 points. British actor Ewan McGregor once declared Nicole, Knickers as I call her, I would swear, burp, and fart in front of her. I'd try and embarrass her and she would pretend to be shocked. I always played up on that. It was a real elder sister, younger brother relationship. Nicole Kidman and Ewan McGregor were the stars of this wonderful romantic...
Jimbo.
Moulin Rouge.
Jimbo?
Moulin Rouge.
And Jimbo, sorry, please share your answer after I've called out your team name. Thank you. And you get to choose.
Couples and movies for 30, please.
Couples and movies for 30 points.
Okay, for 30 points. Based on a 1,000-page Margaret Mitchell bestseller, Gone with the Wind became one of the all-time highest-grossing movies. This actress was chosen to play Scarlet.
Jimbo.
Vivian Leigh.
She starred with Clark Gable. And
40.
okay, we will go with couples and movies for 40 points.
Okay, for 40 points. The film Ghost catapulted stars Patrick Swayze and...
Kunyang.
Demi Moore.
Demi Moore.
Jimbo, it's your chance to answer and he'll finish the question.
And Demi Moore to, thank you for helping me with a question, to the top of Hollywood, and won 2 Academy Awards, Best Supporting Actress for Whoopi Goldberg and Best Original Screenplay. The movie's main theme song, Unchained Melody by the Righteous Brothers, also played an important factor in making the film a hit. What were the names of the characters played by Patrick Swayze and Demi Moore in Ghost?
Jimbo, 5 seconds. Jimbo?
Sarah and
Tom?
I surely thought you would get this. Sam and Molly, remember? She cries and goes, Sam, Sam, in that hoarse voice. Well, I'll go with Who Painted Me? 10 points. Remember, listen to the description given by the characters of the paintings and give us the name of the artist who drew the painting. I sit quietly watching you through eyes that have a twinkle of merriment. My hands rest on my lap. I am most noted. Kunyang.
Leonardo da Vinci.
And the painting was Mona Lisa. And you get to choose, Kunyang. Good to see you on the board.
20 points. Who painted me?
Who painted me? 20 points. I'm a real person who was depicted in this pop artist's work. Jimbo.
Andy Warhol.
And he did a lot of these, but we were going for Norma Jean Baker or, you know, Marilyn Monroe. You like the series?
Yes, very much.
Yeah. And Jimbo, you get to choose.
Same category, 30, please.
Okay. Who painted me? 30 points. I stand in the wind with a parasol in my hand. The grass is many shades beneath me. My white... Kunyang?
Monet.
And we are going for a woman with a parasol in this painting, and Claude Monet did a great job with this painting, impressionist, and Kunyang, you get to choose.
Let's stay with Who Painted Me for 40.
Who painted me? 40 points. Listen and try to imagine this painting. I am standing on a bridge in this painting. I am filled with emotion as I stand with my hands clasped to the sides of my distorted face. Jimbo.
Edvard Munch.
Yes, Munch was the guy we were going for. And the painting is Scream. And we actually had a series of more modern movies with that face in the mask, right? Scream. And Jimbo, you get to choose.
Same category for 50, please.
Closing out the category, Who Painted Me? 50 points. I wear the ceremonial Tawana headdress in an effort to get my husband Diego's attention because Diego likes it. Jimbo.
Frida Kahlo.
She is the Mexican painter noted for self-portraits, and she was married with
Diego
Rivera. And Salma Hayek did the film on her life. And it was a pretty awesome film, I thought. Did you see the film?
No, I haven't had the chance yet.
But do you like the painter?
I learned about it in Spanish class. I'm not really an art person, though.
Remember the eyebrows,
Yeah,
right?
unibrow.
Jimbo, you get to choose.
Couples in movies for 50, please.
Couples in movies for 50 points.
Okay, for 50 points. Tom Hanks and Meg Ryan barely appear together throughout the film. In spite of this film is one of the most popular films.
Kunyang?
Sleepless in Seattle.
It was inspired by the 1957 film An Affair to Remember. And Kunyang, it's good to see you on the board again.
Yeah.
With that, you are up to 90 versus Jimbo's 170, and Kunyang, you get to choose.
5 Days in July.
5 Days in July, and how many
For
points?
20.
For 20 points. On July 28th, 1741, this composer died. He, the eldest child, trained for the priesthood and was ordained in 1703. His distinctive reddish hair would later earn him the sobriquet. Jimbo.
Beethoven.
Kunyang, it's your chance to answer, and I'll finish the question. Il Prete Rosso, the Red Priest. He was one of the most prominent composers during the Baroque period. His masterpiece, The Four Seasons, is a set of 4 concertos depicting each season. Who is this Italian composer and violinist? Kunyang, 5 seconds.
Okay.
Kunyang.
Vivaldi.
And Kunyang, you're catching up. You get to choose.
Okay, 30 points, read 5 Days in July.
5 Days in July, 30 points. July 8, 1497 marked the start of this person's epic journey. He left Jimbo.
Christopher Columbus.
Kunyang, it's your chance to answer, and I'll finish. He left Lisbon on this date. He rounded the Cape of Good Hope, and on May 20th, 1498, arrived in India. He returned to Portugal in September of 1499, where fame, fortune, and titles awaited him. His voyages to India opened up the sea route from Western Europe to the east, and thus ushered in a new era in world history. Who is this Portuguese navigator? Kunyang, 5 seconds. Kunyang.
Magellan.
The chance to answer is open to both teams. He also helped to make Portugal a world power. He's most famous, I think, for rounding the Cape of Good Hope. Think back to 3rd grade, elementary school. Jimbo.
Marco Polo.
Kunyang, 5 seconds. We're out of time.
Amundsen.
Yeah, we're out of time with that.
Okay.
And I will give you the answer. Vasco da Gama. You recall. We had to memorize his name, right? Well, we'll go with water sports for 10 points.
Hello, contenders. I'm Susan Kim. I'm a professor at the Korea National Sport University, and I am also the professor for the water ski club. How are you dealing with the heat? How about taking out water sports? I guarantee that it will be fun and cool. Well, let's see how much you know about water sports. The following is multiple choice. Each team will only have one chance to answer. Of the following, what is the most essential piece of equipment in synchronized swimming? 1. Swimming cap. 2. Swimming goggles. 3. Nose clip.
Jimbo?
3. Nose plug.
The nose clip allows swimmers to perform leg movements and elements upside down without getting water in their nose. And Jimbo, you get to choose.
Could we have couples and movies for 10, please?
Couples and movies for 10 points.
Okay, for 10 points. Pretty Woman was one of the most unexpected blockbusters of the early 1990s.
Kunyang.
Julia Roberts and Richard Gere.
And they are the two stars of this very famous film. Did you enjoy the film?
Not my favorite.
He prefers the older woman and younger man relationship
Yes.
as shown in The Graduate. Right.
And Kunyang, you get to choose.
This one?
Yeah.
Okay, 40 point in 5 days in July.
5 days in July for 40 points. On July 24th, 1567, this person was imprisoned after she was defeated by the Protestant nobility. Kunyang?
Joan of Arc?
Jimbo, it's your chance to answer, and I'll finish the question. Protestant nobility at Carberry Hill. This Scottish queen was imprisoned and forced to abdicate in favor of her son, James VI, then a 1-year-old baby. She was finally beheaded on February 8th, 1587, after her cousin Elizabeth I. Jimbo.
Queen Mary of Scots.
Elizabeth became convinced that she was trying to kill her. And Jimbo, you get to choose.
Can we finish the category?
Surely. 5 days in July, 50 points. On July 10th, 1871, this person was born. After a first attack in 1880, he suffered from asthma throughout his life. He became somewhat of a hermit later in life, secluding himself in his bedroom. His masterpiece is the 7-part semi-autobiographical À la recherche du temps perdu, Remembrance of Things Past, published. Kunyang?
Marcel Proust?
In 1927, and he is the French novelist. And the book has appeared in films as well, the Japanese film Love Letter and the Korean movie Madeleine. Did you catch Madeleine?
No.
Okay, I did. It was a great film. And Kunyang, you get to choose.
Okay, 10 point in invented in China.
Invented in China for 10 points.
Okay, invented in China for 10 points. The first recorded use of this was in the 8th century AD, employed by the merchant class as certificates of exchange.
Kunyang?
Paper money?
The Chinese call this fei qian, or literally flying money. Do you have a better pronunciation of this?
Yeah, Fei Qian.
Fei qian.
Yeah.
Paper money. And it would make sense since China was the first to develop paper. And Kunyang, you're catching up. 180 versus Jimbo's lead of 220 points, and you get to choose.
Invented in China for 20.
Invented in China for 20 points.
Okay, for 20 points. The first recorded recipe for this comes from 10,044 AD.
Kunyang.
Gunpowder.
And it was primarily used for fireworks in the very beginning, and then it was moved to weapons. And apparently, the Chinese used them in cannons, the gunpowder in cannons, to ward against the Mongols who were invading from the north. The Chinese word for this is?
火药.
Translated literally as fire medicine.
Yes.
And Kunyang, you had the date memorized?
Oh, no.
So how would you guess?
Well, I used a recipe for something in China around 10th century. It sounded about right.
Yeah, it can't be like chow mein or something like, so it's got to be gunpowder.
Okay. And Kunyang, you get to choose.
Invented in China for 30.
Invented in China, 30 points.
Okay, for 30 points. While the Europeans didn't learn about magnetism and hence the functioning of this device until the 15th century.
Kunyang. Kunyang?
Compass.
Yeah. The Europeans didn't know about it until the 15th century AD. However, the Chinese likely first developed this in the 1st or 2nd centuries AD, and they called the device.
Well, just read it. 济南针. I don't know. Just making it up. Sounds okay, right?
Yeah, it does actually. And it was first created in China using iode stone. Interesting. And you get to choose.
Let's stick with invented in China for 40.
Invented in China for 40 points.
Okay, for 40 points. Some people believe that iron working was first developed in China. In fact, iron working first occurred in this area. Around 12,000 BC, iron was first smelted and worked somewhere in the area. The earliest Chinese use of iron dates from somewhere around 600 BC. This is the area around the southern and eastern shores of the Mediterranean Sea, extending...
Jimbo.
Mesopotamia?
Kunyang, it's your chance to answer, and he'll finish the question.
Extending from Morocco to the Arabian Peninsula and Iran and sometimes beyond. What is this area called?
Kunyang, 5 seconds. Kunyang?
Middle East.
We're looking for a more vast answer. And Kunyang, you are in the lead, 270 versus Jimbo's 220. We have lots of questions on the board. We'll see what happens with the next one. Which would you like?
Let's close out invented in China.
Invented in China for 50 points.
Okay, for 50 points. Was this device first invented in China? No, that's not true. Sorry, I'm just reading what the question says. In actuality, this device was first developed in ancient Mesopotamia, probably by the Babylonians. It eventually made its way to Europe and East Asia through cultural diffusion.
Kunyang.
Printing press. Movable type.
Jimbo, it's your chance to answer, and he'll finish the question.
In Mandarin Chinese, the term for this is Suanpan. I don't know, which translates literally as counting board. What is this counting device?
Jimbo?
Abacus?
And movable type, by the way, was invented in China. And what would you like to have, Jimbo?
20 points.
Water sports, 20 points.
This sport was invented in 1922. Minnesotan Ralph Samuelson built this first and towed on them behind an outboard-powered boat. Throughout its history, it has...
Kunyang.
Water skiing.
And Kunyang, you're 290 versus Jimbo's 270. And you get to choose.
Okay, 30 points.
Water sports, 30 points.
This originated with the Eskimos of Greenland. It has a pointed bow and stern and no keel, and is covered except for a cockpit in which the paddler or paddler...
Kunyang.
Kayak.
So are you into water sports at
No.
all? No. Not at all.
I'm
Okay.
a terrible swimmer too.
Really?
Yes, just getting lucky.
I just found out it makes more sense to learn about a lot of things through secondhand information rather than experiencing this for yourself, It takes a lot longer. So, yeah, so it makes sense.
Yeah. But have you ever been kayaking at all?
I've canoed.
Oh, close.
I tried to water ski once, but I
Splash.
fell.
Oh.
I fell.
And are you big water sports people?
No, not really.
Not really. And we'll move on to
I drink a lot of water.
I think so do we all.
Yeah.
And Kunyang, you get to choose.
Okay, 40 points.
Water sports are 40 points.
Just like in all sports, players must have a number on them somewhere so that the referees can distinguish one player.
Jimbo.
Water polo?
Yes. Actually, the game was originally called football in the water, and indeed is more like association football and basketball than polo, but it's called water polo. And Jimbo, you're just 10 points behind Kunyang's lead of 320 points. So everything, once again, is hanging on this last very important question. Water sports for 50 points.
This sport in England, which uses small boats and barges, began on the Thames River as early as the 13th century. Wagering by passengers in different boats by the 16th century led to races. Organized racing of this...
Kunyang. Kunyang?
Regatta.
Jimbo, it's your chance to answer, and she'll finish the question.
Began at the universities of Oxford and Cambridge in the 1820s. It raced mainly on inland rivers and lakes. What is this sport of racing in specially designed lightweight boats?
Jimbo, 5 seconds. Jimbo?
Crew?
One more chance before we go on, but it's an actual name of the general name for an Olympic sport. It's called this. You guys are becoming too specific.
Yeah. Jimbo.
Paddling?
Kunyang, 5 seconds. Kunyang.
Rafting.
I'm going to call it to an end. We're looking for rowing. Yeah. We were just going for such a simple answer, and here you were going down the road. Well. Kunyang, you win once again. Congratulations.
Various prizes are awaiting our winning contenders. Your first win will take you on a trip to Jeju Island. Your second win to Japan. Your third win will take you to China. And on your fourth win, you'll win a trip to Southeast Asia. On your fifth win, a trip to Hawaii. Your sixth win, a trip to the United States. And on your seventh win, you'll take the grand prize of a tour of Europe. We hope many of you join us.
It was a very close match. Jimbo, you did a great job. It was great having you here. I know there are supporters who are kind of disappointed you're going to go, but, well, what do you have to say?
Just a hi to our friends in America.
I hope Jimbo was watching us so he can be proud of us.
Okay, thank you very much for joining us. Kunyang, the 2 times we've had you on our show, it's been boiled down to one question, and it kind of ended like this last week. And once again, here we are at a standstill over a last question, and then you got it because we didn't get to an answer. And it happened again. Well, you win twice in a row.
The ironic thing is I've actually rowed before.
Really? Rowing you've done?
Yes.
Well, so how do you feel to have won twice?
Okay, I think I should study really hard for next time.
So you'll be...
I got to study my artists and watch more movies.
Before next week?
Yeah.
All right, well, congratulations again on your win number 2 in a row. Is the Kunyang team headed for the Hall of Fame? They've won twice in a row. We'll see what happens next week. Thank you very much for joining us. See you again. Bye-bye.
Sometimes they say